Have you ever wondered why you keep running back to people who hurt you? Why the very people who break your heart seem impossible to let go? You tell yourself you deserve better, you promise yourself this will be the last time, and yet somehow you find yourself answering their calls, reading their messages, hoping for something different. It's a pattern so familiar it feels like a part of you, a rhythm of longing and pain that repeats itself, quietly, persistently. Picture a dimly lit room. Someone sits alone, staring at a photograph of a moment that once felt infinite. Their fingers trace the edges as if the image could somehow hold the pieces of their heart together. Outside, the world moves on, but inside, everything freezes. A notification pops up on their phone, and they hesitate, torn between hope and fear. Why do we repeat these patterns? Why do we allow ourselves to return to what harms us? Imagine a relationship that is both a sanctuary and a battlefield. Every smile, every word of kindness carries a weight that feels almost unbearable when it's followed by a moment of coldness, a cutting remark, or a silent withdrawal. You know they hurt you, yet you keep going back. You crave love, but it always comes with pain. Every text left unanswered, every promise broken echoes in your mind long after the moment has passed. Outside, it looks ordinary. Inside, it feels like an intricate web that you cannot escape. Rain falls softly on streets outside, reflecting fractured lights on the wet pavement. Shadows move across the walls of the room. A hand reaches out, but the warmth it seeks is always just beyond grasp. This is not just heartbreak. It is a pattern written deep within the mind, shaped by experiences and hidden motives we rarely see. One of the key forces at play is attachment. Anxious attachment forms in early life when love feels uncertain or conditional. Those who develop it crave closeness but fear abandonment. In adulthood, it manifests as repeated cycles of chasing intimacy even when it brings pain. We seek what we believe we need most, even if it hurts us, because the fear of loneliness feels greater than the discomfort of hurt. Then, there is trauma bonding, a subtle but powerful psychological force. Intermittent reinforcement, brief moments of affection followed by withdrawal or criticism, creates an emotional addiction. The brain comes to associate pain and love as entwined, confusing suffering with connection. It explains why returning to someone who repeatedly causes hurt can feel as natural as breathing, why the hope of their love can outweigh the reality of their actions. Low self-worth and validation seeking deepen the cycle. When internalized beliefs whisper that we are not enough, we tolerate the intolerable to feel valued. Each hurt becomes proof that we are striving, that we are trying to earn the approval of someone we hope will finally stay. It is a quiet, persistent voice shaping our choices and blurring the line between love and pain. Within these patterns, hidden motives often operate, subtle and unseen. Some people exploit vulnerabilities not with cruelty, but with a magnetism that draws others in, offering fleeting affection that masks deeper manipulation. It is a shadow that moves alongside desire and attachment, influencing choices in ways we rarely notice. This is dark psychology at work, not overt, not obvious, but profoundly affecting behavior, steering hearts into cycles that seem impossible to break. Understanding these forces changes the conversation. Awareness is not blame. Recognizing the patterns of attachment, trauma bonding, and validation seeking empowers a person to reclaim their choices. It is the first step towards emotional freedom. You begin to see red flags before they ensnare you. You start to honor your self-worth, building boundaries that protect rather than punish. You learn that love is meant to nurture, not wound, and that choosing oneself is a radical act of clarity. Imagine walking away from the storm, stepping into sunlight filtering through open doors. Each step forward is quiet, but resolute. It is a decision rooted in awareness, not desperation. The weight of repeating old cycles begins to lift, replaced with the possibility of connection that feels safe, meaningful, and real. It's a journey, And it begins the moment we recognize the forces that have guided us for so long. So what now? Now that you understand the hidden motives and psychological forces behind these patterns, what will you do differently? Will you answer that message, return to the familiar, or will you pause, reflect, and choose a path that honors your heart? The answer is yours, and it begins with awareness. Because the patterns you repeat are not a reflection of weakness, they are a map. A map that once understood can lead you towards freedom, understanding, and the kind of love that uplifts rather than diminishes. Now that you understand these hidden motives, what will you do differently? Will you repeat old patterns or take the first step towards choosing yourself? If this video gave you insight, subscribe and join a community exploring human behavior, emotions, and hidden motives. Turn on notifications and be part of the journey towards awareness and emotional freedom.